the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show, special Valentine's Day episode. This week's episode is sponsored by Dollhouse of Tampa Salon and Studio. Find your inner doll. They offer quick weaves, sew-ins, and much, much more to fit every occasion. Need a wig? Selena's got you. She will customize a unit just for you. Book your next appointment on Booksy today. Did someone say nails? Honey, forget the Bayhive. Contact Queen Bee herself. She offers customized designer nails and even designer press-ons that she will customize and ship to you. Braids, and even twists. Book with Tiffany right on Facebook. Find your inner doll at Dollhouse Tampa Salon and Studio. Tampa. This week's episode is sponsored by Hustle and Bling. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that bling. Lovely paparazzi designer pieces for only $5. That's right, $5. And don't worry about it if the kid gets in the jewelry box. They're only $5. Make sure you catch Allison Mondays and Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays live on Instagram and Facebook, promoting some of these wonderful fashion fixes that you'll enjoy. And if you miss it, check out the website. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that bling. Hustle and Bling. Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started. Hello everyone. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service. Raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. It's a brand new season. We're in a brand new city. And guess what? Everything is going your way. You guys ready? Let's go! Everyone, how are you? I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Welcome to the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show, where we provide you 100% free coaching at your service, raw, real enlightenment at its best. So come on in and enjoy the ride as we take you higher into the dimensions of God. How are you guys doing on this fine day as we gear up to celebrate Valentine's Day, a day that is considered to be the day of love? I got love on my mind. I got love on my mind. Hey, how are you guys doing? I am at my spot. As you guys know, we are in a new city. We moved to a new city, and we actually moved from Gulfport Beach, Florida to Gulfport Beach, Mississippi. So I am so excited. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, it's all according to plan, right? So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful new year. Hope you've had wonderful holiday season. It's a new year. 2023 is for me, all of this great stuff. And it's for you. It's for you. Yeah. I thought my car was still on. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, yeah, it is. All right. All right. All right. So, welcome everybody to the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show. Yes, yes, yes. We are here. We are live and in effect. And I'm so glad to see you guys. Um, yeah. Special Valentine's Day episode. So, let's get started, shall we? Because you guys know what we need to do. It's time for the Friday song. Are you ready? Okay. A one, a two, a one, two, three. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yay! Things are going my way. Things are going my way. Things are going my way. Things are going your way. And today is the day. And today is the day for it to go your way. Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday, everybody. Woo, fun, fantastic, funky Friday. Right along with Vanessa Morning Show. Again, I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. Yes, yes. How are you guys doing? Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, okay, so come here, hot dog. Come on. He's like, he's not happy, but we gotta wish everybody a happy new year. We get a chance to wish them happy new year. Wink, boo. Come on, hot dog. Wink. No, he wants to go to the PARK. We normally go for a walk in the morning, but I didn't have time this morning, so we're gonna have to go after the show. Yes, you boo boo. Yes, you good boy. Yeah. So hot dog is the Right Along with Vanessa Morning Show. Stay in Love TV mascot, aren't you, hot dog? Think about creating your own page because you get more views than I do. Yes. Okay. All right. So we have a great show for you guys. I was headed here to the beach, and I was looking at the story that the scriptures and stuff that I prepared for today's talk, and I got this download, and I'm going to share it with you guys. It's going to be on and popping. So we are going to let's see what else I have to share with you guys. Yeah, this is the end of the preseason episodes, and when we come back, we're going to officially launch season 11 of the Right On with Vanessa Morning Show. It's going to be in the springtime. I'm targeting spring, the launch of spring weekend, 17, 18, 19th to do all that. But, that's still to be confirmed. But that's the target date for the season 11 launch and for the launch of all the shows for the Right On with Vanessa Morning Show. So stick around and stay tuned and see what we come up with. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to run a couple of commercials, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about today's talk is real love will never leave you thirsty. It's never going to leave you thirsty. And I actually have a special prayer that I'm going to share with you guys to help deliver you so that you can position yourself to receive the love that you so truly desire, so that you can be delivered. It's a deliverance prayer, right? So stick around for that, because when we come back, we're going to open up the talk with that prayer, and we're going to do it. Actually, thank you. Thank you. Good day, Spirit. Good day, Cozy. Good day, Dr. Wayne. Good day, Stuart Wild. Good day, Dolores Cannon. Good day, host of witnesses. Good day, Cousin Lewis. Good day, Uncle Glenn. Yeah, when we come back for the season, we're going to do it every Friday at every show, right before every show, and for 30 days. And then I want you guys to share with me what happened. I know it works. I know it's effective because I recited this prayer, and I no longer have a desire for something that I craved for years. So that's how I know it works. Okay. So let's pay some bills around here. And when we come back, we are going to be talking about real love will never leave you thirsty. Stay tuned. The Stay in Love TV podcast is here. Enjoy topics that will inspire, encourage, and empower you. Why not listen together? Stay in Love TV, now on Spotify. That's right. That's right. We have the official Stay in Love TV podcast streaming on Spotify. And we also are looking for content creators. We're looking for guests to be on our Spiritually Speaking and Awakening Talk Sunday night Bible study talk show. So if you're interested, if you're a content creator, if you're a service provider, if you're a coach, if you're a preacher, teacher, whatever it is, and you have a message that you want to share, then we want to talk to you. You know, this is Spiritually Speaking Awakening. So the goal is to interview all of these different perspectives so that we can provide a plethora of options for people, because everyone's on different wavelengths and frequencies, and so that it can appeal to some of you. So if you are interested, contact us at stayinlovetv.com and we'll get back to you. Okay. Also, if you are a supplier of product, service, you know, jewelry, makeup, lashes, all this kind of stuff, anything that you would like promoted on our shows, contact us at Stay in Love TV. You know, we have great options, you know, and the monthly subscription fees are so economical. I mean, it's not outrageous. I mean, it's less than getting your nails polished. Yeah. So check us out. All right. So today we are going to be talking about real love will never leave you thirsty. Never leave you thirsty. So let me get set up here. Get that back. Okay, where's my little banner? Da 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 da. Okay. Real love will never leave you thirsty. Okay, so I was thirsty for someone. I really was. I remember saying a prayer when I was very young, because I didn't really. My relationship with my mother was very strange. It was a very interesting household. You know, the emotional and physical, verbal abuse was off the chain. You know, so I didn't feel love at all. You know, now that I know that I was viewing that through a young, not emotionally ready child, you know, I understand what that perspective means, you know, and everything. So I mean, it's okay, you know. But I remember before I would say my prayers, and I would say, please, God, please send me someone to love me. Please, God, please send me someone to love me. Please, God, please send me someone to love me. And throughout my young adult life and adult life, I sought for someone to express the love that I had in my heart for me, right? I was thirsty. I mean, I was thirsty as a young child. You know, I always thinking that love was going to be out there and this was going to come for me, right? So let's do the scripture highlight. I'm going to share this with you guys. Scripture inspiration. Looks like John 4:13 and 14. Said, everyone who drinks the water will get thirsty again and again. Anyone who drinks the water I give will never thirst, not ever. The water I give will be an artesian spring within, gushing fountains of an endless life. I love that. I'm telling you, it's like poetry. Real love will never leave you thirsty. 9:22. Just then a woman who had hemorrhaged for, that's not it. I don't know how you got there.
But yeah, let's talk about this. Yeah. Just then, a woman who had hemorrhaged for 12 years slipped in from behind and lightly touched his robe. She was thinking to herself, if I could just put a finger on his robe, I'll get well. Jesus turned, caught her at it. He reassured her, courage, daughter. You took a risk of faith, and now you're well. That's why it is. Yeah, you took a risk of faith, and now you're well. John 4. Jesus realized that the Pharisees were keeping count of the baptisms that he and John performed, although his disciples, not Jesus, did the actual baptizing. They had posted the score that Jesus was ahead, turning him and John into rivals in the eyes of the people. So Jesus left the Judean countryside and went back to Galilee. Okay, so let's talk about this, okay? Let's talk about this, right? Even back then, it's showing how the public will try to drive a wedge to divide and conquer, right? So the intention was to divide him and John to conquer both of them, right? Because they were against the system. And anytime that you're against the system, it's going to attack you to drive a wedge between any type of partnerships or relationships that you have to conquer you. It's a whole other video, but I have to share this because it's leading up to the season premiere episode of Somebody's Got to Play the Bad Guy. It's going to be awesome. Okay. To get there, he had to pass through Samaria. He came into Sychar, a Samaritan village that bordered the field Jacob had given his son Joseph. Jacob's well was still there. Jesus, worn out by the trip, sat down at Jacob's well. It was noon. A woman, a Samaritan, came to draw water. She said, "Would you give me a drink of water?" His disciples had gone to the village to get food. The Samaritan woman, taken aback, asked, how come you, a Jew, are asking me, a Samaritan woman, for a drink? Jews in those days wouldn't be caught dead talking Samaritans. Why? Because the Samaritans were mixed race. They were considered half Jews, right? So the Jews considered them, unclean and all this kind of foolishness. Okay, so Jesus answers this: if you knew the generosity of God and who I am, you would be asking me for a drink, and I would give you fresh, living water. The woman said, "Sir, you don't even have a bucket to draw, and this well is deep. So how are you going to get this living water? Are you a better man than our ancestor Jacob, who dug this well and drank from it? He and his sons and livestock, and passed it down to us?" She said us, because she knew that she was part Jew. He said, "Everyone who drinks this water will get thirsty again and again. Anyone who drinks the water I give will never thirst, not ever. The water I give will be artesian spring within, gushing fountains of endless life." The woman said, "Sir, give me this water so I won't ever get thirsty. Won't ever have to come back to this well again." He said, "Go call your husband and then come back." She said, "I have no husband." He says, "That's nicely put. I have no husband. You've had 5 husbands, and the man you're living with now isn't even your husband. You spoke the truth there. Sure enough." "Oh, so you're a prophet?" she said. "Well, tell me this. Our ancestors worshiped God at this mountain, but you Jews insist that Jerusalem is the only place for worship, right?" He said, "Believe me, woman, the time is coming when you Samaritans will worship the Father neither here at this mountain nor there in Jerusalem. You worship guessing in the dark. We Jews worship in the clear light of day. God's way of salvation is made available through the Jews. But the time is coming. The time is coming, and it has in fact come, when what you're called will not matter." I love that. The time is now where what you are called will not matter, and where you go to worship will not matter. It's who you are and the way you live that count before God. Your worship must engage your spirit in the pursuit of truth. That's the kind of people the Father is out looking for. Those who are honestly themselves before him in their worship. God is sheer being itself, spirit. Hear that? Those who worship him must do it out of their very being, their spirits, their true selves in adoration. The woman said, I don't know about that. I don't know that the Messiah is coming. I do know that when the Messiah is coming, when he arrives, we'll get the whole story. I am he, Jesus said. You don't have to wait any longer. Don't look any further. Just then his disciples came back. They were shocked. They couldn't believe he was talking with that kind of woman. No one said what they were all talking, but their faces showed it. Final scripture. The woman took the hint and left in her confusion. She left her water pot back in the village. She told people, come see a man who knew all about the things I did, who knows me inside and out. Do you think this could be the Messiah? And they went out to see for themselves. Okay, real love will never leave you thirsty. Okay, so we all know this famous story about the woman, going to the well, and she apparently she went there every day because she was considered an outcast because she was half Jew, but she knew her supply source was coming from, right? She knew to go to Jacob's well. She knew the well that was considered of a Jew because she was half Jew, so she knew to go there, and she went there every day seeking for something that she could never find or obtain. She had these men that were considered her husbands and men and all that, but yet she was still thirsty. The great thing about this, guys, is this story is trying to explain to us that whatever you are seeking will find you if you're ready. So what she was seeking something to quench that thirst. She couldn't figure it out because she had all these men, so she was getting pleasure, and they were probably taking care of her because back in those days women didn't really work. But she was still thirsty. In my 20s, I can still be. I'm slightly naive because I believe the good in everybody. But even in my younger years, I was really like extremely naive and extremely thirsty too. And every man that I encountered, I thought it was one. Because I've been praying since I was a young child. Please, please, God, send me someone to love me. So anyone who expressed interest, I misconstrued that and thought that was love. And being halfway decent looking, I didn't have a problem attracting men or women or whoever, who took an interest to me, a look liking, but they wanted something, and I thought I could give it in exchange for love. Y'all ever been there? So here's this woman, and she has this encounter. Now, we all know whether or not it was real or not, it's a great story. She had an encounter with enlightenment, okay? Because it was something that she was seeking. And if God is a spirit, then your enlightenment is going to come spiritually. So she's sitting there, right? She's sitting there and she's like, wait a minute. She has an encounter with him and it's considered enlightenment. So let's twist it a little bit, because what if she was just having a conversation with spirit? So she was there, and Jesus represents enlightenment. So she was going to this well every day, nothing new, same routine, every day at noon, high noon. But it was just one day that she had an encounter with enlightenment. I would suggest that every day when she was walking to that well, she was saying to herself, what is it what is it I'm missing? Why do I feel so empty? Why do I feel thirsty all the time? And she was going to a source that she thought would satisfy her thirst. And some of you are doing that. You're going to a source thinking it's going to satisfy a thirst that only enlightenment can bring. Enlightenment called Christ consciousness. So she was going there and she was seeking it every day, and then she'd go back and no results. But every day, I bet you, as she was walking, she was saying within herself, why do I feel so thirsty? Why is this void in my heart? I have this man, but he's not, I thought it would quench me. So she begins to have a conversation because she has an encounter. And he told her, he said, look, it's going to come a time. It don't matter who you are. You'll be able to worship, but the only way that you could. And she thought, thank you. She thought that going to the well, was a sign of worship, right? As a way of worshiping, because she was going to Jacob's well, a Jew. So she was going to this place. Okay, this is worship because I'm honoring my heritage, my Jewish heritage. And he said, look, the only way you true worship is to worship God as a spirit, because he's a spirit. It's not something literal. It's not tangible. It's a spirit. He said, but you got to worship it in truth and with your whole heart. And some of us think that we're worshiping God, but we're not, because we're worshiping something outside of ourselves. And some of y'all can get mad at me if you want to. I really don't care. But until you go within yourself, you find that enlightenment, that spirit of God, he's there waiting for you. And you can sit down and you can have a conversation. And that enlightenment is going to bring you the information that you need in order to finally quench that thirst that's been causing you to be thirsty your whole life. I'm thinking about it, y'all. It's like, even up to like 3 years ago, thinking that someone was going to just save the day for me and give me the love that I was seeking. Until I began to realize that I had to go within myself and tap in and receive that enlightenment that I needed to finally realize that everything that I was looking for was within me. And I began to tap into this well of love that was always there. See, it's something about when you finally open up the doors of your heart and allow enlightenment, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, whatever y'all want to call him now, because we don't even know if he's real now. Okay? We don't know. I do know that God is a spirit, and that spiritual essence, that feeling of love is real. Okay? So whatever you want to call it, but you need to open up your hearts to that spirit of love. What it's going to do, it's going to awaken that love within you, and it's going to grow like a beautiful, beautiful plant. And it's going to flourish you and quench you to where you're not love. And here's the thing. When you finally get that, it won't matter what people say to you. It won't matter what people, it won't what people say to you. It won't matter what people do to you, because you'll be so encapsulated. Hey, I love that word. You'll be so encapsulated with this love that it shields you from the arrows that the haters try to bring to you, because you finally found that true treasure that no one could ever steal. And people be hating on you. They gonna hate on you now. They gonna come at you. They're gonna try to, but let me explain something to you guys. It's all a part of the plan, right? It's all a part, because see, look at that. Jesus, he was just operating in his purpose now. And here come the haters, right? The Pharisees. the righteous, the self-righteous haters, because he was doing something. He was influencing a sector of people, and he was against the system. And then you had his cousin, John the Baptist. He was against the system because he was calling them all like, look, you ain't nothing but a bunch of frauds, you're vipers and snakes. He could see through and see beyond the BS that they was conveying. See, let me tell you something. It's the same today now. And that's why you're having this awakening. They call it a rude awakening, but honey, baby, this is a fantastic awakening. And it's going to keep happening this year. You're going to see it. People are going to wake up. People are going to start seeing the facade. They're going to see behind the mask that this system has been pulling the wool over our eyes all these years. It's happening. It's going to get the system. And get ready now. Get ready now for the attacks to come. I ain't talking about expecting. I'm like, just say you're going to be able to see it, because it's not even going to penetrate that love barrier that you've had, because you've gone within and you've had an encounter with enlightenment. It's just going to slide you back. So here he is. He been, just operating in his purpose, and he's like, man, he was being guided, and he sat there at the well. And here comes this woman, and he could see right through her. And he says, this is why I'm here. See, when you are operating your purpose, your steps will be ordered, and you'll be guided. If you just listen, and you will impart enlightenment to someone to finally set them free. So he had a conversation with her, and he knew exactly what she needed. He said, look, I am the Messiah. See, people thought that was a physical person, but God is a spirit. So the spirit of enlightenment, what's going to take the film and the wool and put, so that you can finally see and realize, it's going to help you to turn on your real eyes, so that you can see that enlightenment comes from within. It is there. So when you have that encounter, you're going to be able to have that conversation with yourself, your divine self, your enlightened self, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. Oh, they even got people mowing the sand here. How cool. So she's sitting and have a conversation with him. She's like, I know that the Messiah is coming. She was like, so she had been told that a deliverer was coming, and a savior was coming. And I'm here to announce to you that a savior is coming to you. It's going to come from within you, though. Okay? It ain't going to be out here. So y'all need to stop looking out here and start looking in here. Okay? Everything that you are seeking out here is in here, because it must start within, so that you can send out that vibration and create, because we come from a creator, baby, and you're going to create that experience you would like to have. So here she is, thirsty. She said, oh, okay, you're the savior. And then she ran back and told everybody, look, he told me everything about myself. Who else gonna tell you about yourself except you? Huh? You ever notice that when you're talking to yourself? I mean, if you really, have that connection with you, it's gonna tell you straight to the point. Told me everything about myself. I wonder if he's the Messiah. Yes, the Messiah is within you. The Savior is within you, and it's called love. It's called enlightenment. And as long as you allow yourself to swing open the doors of your heart and say, come on in, love. Come on in, enlightenment. And shine a light in these dark crevices of these things that I refuse to see about myself. Show me where I'm missing it. And it'll happen. The challenge is when it's revealed to you, if you're going to finally do what is necessary, so that you can align yourself with becoming the you that belongs in that world that you desire to exist in, a world where it's filled with nothing but love and kindness and goodness and joy. You can do it. You can do it. You'll feel as if you're in a parallel universe, because you can see what's going on in other places, but it's not impacting you. You can see it, but it requires the work. See, because Jesus said, they must worship him in spirit and in truth. You must worship. Let me go back there so I can quote this correctly. He said, where's it? Mm, there it is. Your worship must engage your spirit in the pursuit of truth. That's the kind of people the Father is out looking for. Those who are and honestly themselves. So you got to be real when you come before God, the God in you. You got to come clean. That means you just come in. That's why he say, come as you are. You need to come as you are. He said, those who are and honestly themselves before him in the worship. See, you can pretend to be worshiping God and doing all that. But if you perping, that's why he said, I never knew you. So if you're not coming clean and just being who you are when you come before God, enlightenment, it's not going to accept you. He said, that's the kind of people the Father is out looking for. Why is it that God got to find people who truly can't be themselves, who truly can't worship him in truth? That's what he's talking about. You got to be real when you come before me. You can't be coming to me telling me you love me and God, I just adore you and all this bullshit because you're not being yourself. He said, I never knew you. I don't know you. Who are you? I don't know you. And there will be no frauds. God will not have it. Okay? Worship in spirit and in truth. Those who are honestly themselves. You got to be yourself. Those who worship him must do it out of their very being, their spirits, their true selves in adoration. So he said, if you're going to love on me, in order for you to receive the love that you're seeking, you got to be real with who you are. You got to come as you are before me. And then if you tell me you love me and you don't love yourself, there's a major disconnection going on. Because in order for you to love God, you got to love yourself. So if you're not getting up every day telling you, I love 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 you, until you finally believe it, then you might as well just stop praising God, stop doing any of this crap, because until you love yourself, you can't say, God, I adore you. And they got some great songs. Vicky Yoy, she knocked out some great songs. I mean, I love her music. But if you walk around your house singing all that and you don't love yourself, it ain't gonna never happen because you're seeking something externally, right? But when you go within, that enlightenment, make that connection with enlightenment, spirit, love, and start loving yourself and start overruling and overriding that script that's telling you you ain't good enough. That's overruling and overriding that script that's telling you, oh, you can't, you don't deserve a man. You done went through so many men, you don't need nothing. You ain't worth nothing. You done slept with all these men. What? Who do you think no man gonna want you? Until you that bullshit, you will never experience the love that you are seeking, and you will forever be thirsty. Forever, ever. So, my loves, dear hearts, are you gonna put in the work that's necessary so that you can stop going to a well that will forever be empty? You need to go into the well of your heart, because that's where Jesus enlightenment is. And when you tap into that well, there'll be a flow of water, consistent, that'll never run out. It'll never run dry. You'll forever have that love that's flowing to you whenever you need it. And you can just draw from it every second of the day. But it ain't gonna happen until you start loving yourself. How you do that? By going within, baby. That's where the true love is. That's where the true water is that'll quench your thirst. The true water. See, you seeking out here. You thinking you're gonna get a man and all that is gonna no, honey, that's temporary. We all know that now. But if you want a continual spring, a living water that flows continually and never runs out, you got to go within it because the well is in here, see. So as she was walking, we wrapping it up, y'all. As she was walking towards that well, she was seeking after something to quench the thirst that she had that to quench that thirst she had her entire life. 2017, right? Y'all know the story. 2017, I was emotionally attached to someone for 20 years. Was it 20? 17. You might as well say 17. Believing that was going to just settle and sort everything out in my life. That I was just going to have everything, that was it. That was my soulmate. We were going to be together, this and that. 20 years believing that crap. Because I was delusional. And I'm still delusional, but in a good way now, right? I take and use this delusion for good and not evil, right? So, and it finally dawned on me. I said, this is never going to happen. And I finally made the connection that attaching myself to that was not for my betterment, right? So I had to go through a dark night of the soul to really dive deep in there and get rid of that for good and for sure. My life ain't been the same since. It's just been an upward incline, getting better and better. But it had to start with me severing. So I'm sure that because she had that enlightenment, when she went back, she told that joker, look, you got to go because you ain't it. I finally found the love that I've been seeking within myself. And I watched the Grammys. I didn't watch them, but I watched, clips. And it was brought to my attention one about Mary J. Blige talking about, she'd been seeking real love, and she finally realized that the real love was her. The woman at the well finally realized that real love that she had been searching for was her. See, what enlightenment is going to do for you, it's going to finally help you see, right, that everything that you've been looking for is within you. Now, I am not just this cold, callous person that don't think that people need to have good, lasting, loving relationships. But I'm telling you right now, in order to do that, you got to have that with yourself. You got to be so in love with you that you are just whole and complete. And so that when you attract that person, it's just it's like an accent, essential, it only accents. It doesn't you know, feel something that's missing with you. You need to be whole. And the way you can be whole, you got to be in love with you. So in my imagination, she said, let's go find out. She told her, go get out. You ain't even my husband. Leave. I love me. I finally realized that it's within me. And that's when you guys finally realize that the love that you're seeking is within yourself, then you'll be able to become your own savior. Because the love within you is going to save you. It's going to save you from yourself. And it's going to become a savior in your life to finally help you to position yourself, to be empowered, to say no to those things that no longer serve you. to finally sever ties with things that are keeping you emotionally and spiritually bound and chained, enslaved with, that's keeping you from moving forward. And the only way that's going to happen is you're going to have an encounter with enlightenment. And some of you have been seeking, and it will happen for you. Said, seek me, and you will find me. But you've been seeking the wrong places. Go within yourself. Go within so you'll never be without. Thank you, co-host. And when you do that, you'll never be without the love that you're seeking. You'll never be thirsty ever again. Never. There'll be a sense of satisfaction within your life. I had to take the afternoon off one day this week because I had a migraine. And it's all, I was just getting downloads, I know. So, I took an afternoon and I got in bed and I was just watching something on TV and eating grapes. And I just had a sense of satisfaction. And when I sleep at night, I don't go to sleep lonely and sad because there's no one in my life. I go to sleep grateful because I finally have peace and I have a sense of love for myself that no one can ever take away. I don't need anyone to tell me they love me. I say it to myself every day. It's great if someone says it. I mean, who doesn't want to hear that, right? But I say that to myself. I said it so much when I was going through my dark nights of the souls that now it's like a recording. It's on loop, continual loop. So be encouraged, dear hearts, because that love that you're seeking, what's to say on you've always had it, my dear. You've always had it. So allow yourself to have the encounter with enlightenment so that you will never thirst again. Now, for the episode, I told you guys about this deliverance prayer. And we're going to start this today with this so that we come back. We're going to do it for 30 days. And we're going to see, for those of you who will continually do it, and join me every Friday because that'll be 30 Fridays. So we'll do it. And we'll see what happens, right? But before we do that, I want to also open up with this talk here, this little, because I love it. I just do. And here we go, Reverend. Anything that you can actually think and feel you are worthy of must come to you. See what I'm saying? So if you believe that you're worthy of love, real love, you'll do what is necessary. You'll go within. It's going to come to you. But you got to go within first. So anything that you actually think and feel you are worthy of must come to you. That was my biggest thing that did me. I never felt like I was worthy of love. Ever. I never felt it. I never felt that I was worthy of love for a long time because I was seeking it out there and I was forever thirsty. So anything that you can actually think and feel you are worthy of must come to you. Must. Okay. So here we go with the 30 days of deliverance prayer. I'm going to put it here so you guys can recite it as well. So let's get centered here. And let's just, yeah, here we go. Dear God, angels, guides, and spirits of our Almighty Creator and source of all things, I desire, not what I want, I desire not to experience this anymore. I don't desire this to be a part of my story anymore. So I'm asking for support to get me into a space where I no longer desire this experience, causing no harm to my body or soul. I'd like you to rewrite the code so I no longer desire this experience. Thank you for empowering me to finally be set free from this bondage. We don't say amen. We don't say that. When you know, you know. Thank you. Thank you for empowering me to finally be set free from this bondage. Thank you for equipping me. Thank you for providing me with the keys. Yes, the keys that I need to free myself from this chains, this ball and chain that has been holding me captive. So it's a general prayer. So it's going to cover everything that's happening for you specifically. That's how I know it works. So you see the prayer. So write it down if you want to and recite it every day. And then I want you guys to check in with me on my social medias and let me know what's going on. Okay? Okay. So, real love will never leave you thirsty. So let's, this fun, fantastic, funky Friday. Let's decide today. I am going to go within. I am going to allow myself to sit at the well of my heart and have an encounter with the true Savior, enlightenment, the true Savior, Christ consciousness. See, when you approach it that way, then you don't personalize a spirit, right? You don't put a face to a feeling. And then you realize God is a spirit. So that's how you can come before him, because you have to come before him in spirit. Because if you approach it thinking that it's you a man you talking to, then you're operating from the wrong space. That's why he said, must worship me in spirit and in truth. So how do you get in spirit? By going within your heart. You go within, right? You're not going in there physically. You're going in there with your spiritual version of you is in there. So when you go in there, you're in spirit. And you sit there at the well of your heart. And you have a conversation. Meditate on it day and night. And you shall make your way prosperous. And you shall have good success. The love that you're seeking is within you. And it always has been. Because that's where we come from. Yet the system that we're part of was hell-bent on getting us to not go within, to forever be seeking something outside of ourselves. Because they knew that the gift was within us. They knew that enlightenment was within us. And that's why they pulled out all the stops of giving, tapping into, and ciphering from our energy to create a delusional world. An illusional world see, all of this outside of us is just an external version of a spiritual place. A world that's it's like almost perfect, but it's like something's off. That's because evil is here. That's why. It's beautiful. Let's save our planet. No, we need to create a new world. The new heaven and the new earth. He said, I go to prepare a place for you. Enlightenment does. So enlightenment needs our energy to do that, folks. So stop giving and allowing someone to take your energy to create this world by what it's telling you to envision. Allow the Spirit of God to tell you what to envision. And when you do that, you're focused on consciousness and creating a better place for us so that we can get the heck up out of here. Because we all know this place ain't our home. And I'm going to keep saying that till I'm raptured up out of here. This place ain't our home. So why we're giving our energy over here, when we need to be giving our energy over there? When we need to be going within ourselves and having conversations with enlightenment every time, every day, whenever you need to. He's there, sitting at the well of your heart, waiting for you. You say enlightenment is there, sitting at the well of your heart, waiting to have that encounter with you. So might I encourage you today that you take a few minutes and go within so that you can finally be quenched, to quench that thirst where you'll never thirst again. I know it works, folks. So I encourage you. All right. We had a great show today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and tuning in. Thank you for Podcast World for listening. Thank you for sharing and caring. I want to thank all of you for all that you do for Stay in Love TV. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you, and you know who you are. I want to thank you so much for your support. And I want to thank you for catching the vision. We're doing some great things. I feel it. And it's not from I'm coming from a place of love. Because I got love on my mind. I got love on my mind. Yeah. So we're doing some great things because it's all about love. So Hot Dog and I are going to enjoy this fine day. It's fun, fantastic, funky Friday. And so I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Maybe, it's Super Bowl weekend too, I think. Yeah. Have a great weekend. May you take a few moments in all of this activity that's going on for what you plan for this weekend. And just allow yourself to say to yourself, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Until you feel it and believe it. Until you radiate love so much that you are that external version of what you're experiencing. I am Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and life coach motivator. And until next time, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time, stay in love.
Stay in Love TV is your production to distribution solution to getting your message seen and heard. Having your own TV show with Stay in Love TV has never been easier than now. Stay in Love TV gives you the power to share your message with the world. Stop watching TV and start being watched on TV. Stay in Love TV offers real-time multicasting, all with one click. This opportunity puts you on the world stage with an audience of over 200 million. In addition to your low monthly subscription fees, you will also receive monthly network coaching and training from the network itself to ensure that before your first show premieres, you are set up for success. We at Stay in Love TV bring over 20 years experience in sales, marketing, advertising, and business development. Stay in Love TV, purposeful entertainment driven by love, empowered with passion, fueled with faith. Go to www.stayinlovetv.com and let's get started.